In this exercise I have to find highest spender per product category. So I have this data, order items, array of object, its price, category. So we have to group by category, and output should be something like this. We group by all the category, and here we have to compare which customer is highest spending. By its price we can calculate uh, the total of that customer for that particular category. So what we can do here, uh, talking about steps, what we can do first, we can use reduce. We can group by category, something like this. We can group all this data object, we can group this by category. Then step 2 will be we have to calculate total spent, that will be calculated by this price. So we have to calculate total spent. So for every category we calculate total spent by customer name. So we have to also like group by customer, group by customer. Then we can calculate every customer total spent. Then in last what we can do is we can compare which one is highest by calculating total, compare. Then we can finally return the result. So this is the kind of process. So let me create one function. Function name will be find highest spender product category. Let make this as a function name. Find highest spender per product category. This will be our function. And we can pass this data. What is the variable name? Order items. I hope all visible, or I can zoom in little bit. So okay, now what we can do, step 1, group by category. Let me give parameter, and first variable we can do group by category. Order items, and how we can group, we can use reduce. We can visible on the screen, reduce, and initially accumulator is object, this will be object. And here we receive every object, this object. So we can give name item object, item obj, item obj. Then we need key to aggregate all the things, that will be electronics category. So we can destructure here only, then we can get, or We can put name key and we can get item obj dot category. So here we receive every category and we can put that category inside this object as a key. And what we can do is, if we have this key, so initially first iteration we don't find anything inside this object. Let me give first object, it will have electronics. So electronics, here electronics, it won't find anything inside empty object, so it will be undefined initially. Then in OR it will jump to the next things. So we can choose array to like aggregate things. We can put we don't need other data, we need only customer name and total spend, that will be price. So what we can do is we can take only that data that we need. We can destructure here const item obj and we can destructure this. And what we need, customer name and price. So here we can add this data, customer name and price, inside this object. So first time when we first iterate, it doesn't find that electronics, then this. But if it's find something here data, then what we can do is we can add this. So this is shorthand method. If you don't know how this and or work, then it will be confusing for you. You can use if you are a beginner, you can use if else, like if there is some data then do this, and if else part you can handle this. So I am using in one line only because I know the how this is work. So if there is some data for electronics in second iteration, so second, like this is so first electronics we didn't find data, it will add this data, customer name and this data to that electronics category. And second time this is not electronics, so second time it find electronics, yes there is some data, that previous data. So we can add this inside array also. We can add this like previous data, so this is previous data. And we can add this for, we can add this new data to this. So let me zoom out, because it in next line it will be not looking readable code. I hope you can see on the screen. So prettier, I think inside already doing something, that's why it's on the next line. So I hope you can understand this. And we can return this accumulator after all the things done. And if we console.log this group by category, console.log group by why suggestion is not there? Yes, suggestion. If we run this ls, we need exercise 1. I hope you can see on the screen. It's visible on the screen, not index, it's exercise.js, and you can see that data for we group or aggregate data for electronics, for accessory, and for book. It's this customer allies, so we have to also do the sum of this allies, 1200 plus 1300 1500, and Bob have 800 and Eve have 150. So we have to compare this, and based on who have the highest the total, we can like use that value, because what we need is we need most spends. We can directly calculate here in our mind, like allies will be highest because 1200 1300 1500, and here allies 25 in accessory, and so here Bob will be highest, and here inside book David will be higher, but we have to code for this. And second step will be group by customer. So what we can do is we have to calculate this calculate total sum. So let's do that. We can use, let me use again reduce. What we can do is we can grab all keys, all these key electronics accessories, otherwise it will be create some problem if we use direct this order item. We can use direct from this above category. We can use const group and calculate group and sum by customer, this. So allies will be total otherwise there will be only one customer like allies here, then we can direct calculate, we can direct compare here only. Here it's 2, that's why we have to calculate this group by and group and sum by customer. What we can do is we can get all that key, that will be category object dot keys group by category. So if we console this, I think we have to move this outside of that group by category. If we log this, we can see all the keys, and we can use reduce on this category. Then initially it's a object and accumulator and key. So we have to again build something like this. We can add key, but we have to calculate this total. Key is equal to, we can use this group by category. I hope visible on the screen. Let me remove this, and we can use this group by category, that will be this, and we can use this key to get this all value. We can get array array of object, we can get every key for this. So first iteration for electronics we get this, and we can calculate total, and second accessory we get all this data, and third we get all this data. Group by category, key, and array. So we have array, this is array. How we can use reduce for doing total. We can accumulate by customer name, accumulator customer name. We can directly destructure here this customer name. I hope there is no spelling mistake, so I can direct copy something like this. And accumulator customer name, and or what we can do, we have data, we need data something like this, so we need customer name also here. Accumulator customer name will be key, that we don't want, we want customer name. Let's do that later. For now we have to do sum. So in first iteration, if there is no data, use 0. If there is no data, use 0. If there is data, use this value. If there is no data, use 0 and plus price. So initially it will take price. If there is some data, previous data, use that and do plus price. Return accumulator, and we have to return this here also. Return accumulator, return. What is the issue? Yes, here we have to do return accumulator. If we log group and sum by customer, group and sum by customer, let's see what is the output. So we did total, and we have to now compare all the things. Alice, Bob, Eve, who is the who have the highest spending amount. So what we can do, const compare highest. Here also what we can do, we can't compare highest here only, so we have to again use this object dot keys. Now let's use this by customer. So this is similar, but let's use this only. It is same using this or this, both have same keys. Dot reduce, let me use this one, so this will be more readable. Reduce accumulator key object, initially object, key will be category, and we have to use this so we can compare that. So here what we receive, we receive this object. So how to compare in object? We can use for const property in object, or we can use direct reduce to compare. Let me use reduce, but that for uh, object in property direct work on this object, but that reduce won't work for this object. So we can convert this object to array. How we can do that? Object dot entries. So this is converted into array of key and value pair, array of array. So let's see how it looks like. We have to return accumulator here, otherwise it will give undefined for every category. Let's see. So as you can see, array of array, now we can perform reduce operation on this and check which one is highest amount spent. Reduce, and here we receive this every array. This is like customer. What we can do? Customer 1 for first. So here we use previous and next in reduce. Previous and next, we haven't add here initial value, so it will be previous will be Alice, next will be Bob. Previous so let me use previous, or customer 1 and customer 2 will be better readable. Customer 1, customer 2. So customer 1 this, customer 2 this, and we can compare. Return customer 1. So this is array of customer 1. We can use this second value. So second value in index, this is not second value, this is index 0, this is index 1, so we can use 1, and we can use greater than, and we can use for customer 2. Customer 2 second value, that will be index 1, and here we can check if this is true, then return customer 1, else return customer 2. So let's console.log again. What is the output? You can see we get the result Alice, Bob and David. It's not similar to this. We need object here, but we already there. You can see Alice, Bob and David, and here also Alice, Bob and David, and value spent value will be also same. So what we can do for similar result, we have to transform this array into object. What we can do, array into object. This is the name, and this is, we can use map, but not it iterate through every this thing. So what we can do, we return accumulator. Let's see. I think we can use again object.key, and for object we can use this object.key compare highest, and we can use key, and every compare highest key we receive this array. We can store inside object, like this will be customer name. This array we need first value, and total spent we need second value, that will be second index, that will be 1 for this key. I hope visible on the screen. Key 1, and we can return accumulator. Let me give this name result. Console.log result. We can log this. See, so exactly same as this output, and it's take me 26 minutes because I have to explain why I'm doing this. So this is not the easy one, it's take some time to do. So there is some better way to do this exercise, but I am doing like step by step, group by category, group by customer. You can do all the things, like you can calculate that total here only in one reducer function, but that will be confusing for me, so that's why I am doing step by step. So I am also like beginner, so I have to do like step by step, group by category, group by customer, then calculate total spent customer, then compare, then result. So looks like we written so many code and we receive the same output as this. So if you have any question about this exercise, you can ask me on the comment section. So this exercise take this much code to be like solve this exercise. So thank you.